I'm Ray Brooks, I'm the Chief Exec of the Community Housing Group. The changes have been basically around austerity. Part of our regulatory approach has been that we've had to reduce our rents by -1% for the last 4 years. We've had to look at business critical areas, and those have been areas where it's around income either being received or expenditure being spent. So it's basically making sure that we are efficient in the way that we spend our money in the future. One of those areas is around void management. The cost of a void is very expensive, and we have around 600 of those a year. And we spend just over £1 million. For every day a property is void, it costs us £14. So what we've looked at is being more efficient in managing the way that they become void, reducing the numbers, and also how quickly we can get them relet. Just as an example, last year we were taking something like 20 days to relet a property. At the moment we're taking less than 12. When we're talking about making major savings, you automatically think that would mean a cut in the number of properties that we would be building, but it's opposite actually. Our ambitious target is to build 100 properties a year, and we've achieved that over the last couple of years, and we've got, I think it's something like 104 properties being developed this year. We need not only to have the ability to fund them, we have to have the ability to maintain them as well. Majority of what we're doing should be seamless to the tenants. Obviously they will have benefited from the reduction in rent, and what we're trying to do is to focus on people who need the service rather than interfere with people who just want to live a normal life and don't want to receive any other service.
My name's Andy Thomas. I'm the Voids Manager in the Allocations team at Community Housing. Well, in essence, we're responsible for letting all vacant group properties. That's reletting about 500 properties a year. You can split that into sort of 3 main categories. We advertise and market all of our vacant properties. We then try and select the right tenant for the right property. And we meet customers at the property to show them around, escorted viewings with a view to signing them up for their tenancy. Very important that customers like to, they want us to turn properties around quickly, and they also like to be kept informed and updated as to when their property is going to be ready. And I think the new structures allowed us to win on both of those counts. We can really concentrate now purely on letting and turning around properties as quickly as we can, and giving customers a good service in terms of communication with them and the final product as well. I think properties are being let quicker, customers are being kept updated more efficiently and effectively as to when their properties are going to be ready. So I think the new structures delivered a lot of really good results so far. We deal with a lot of vulnerable groups and people who are experiencing homelessness and other issues in their lives, and the fact that we can sort of assist them and help them and give them a secure and stable home, that's the most important and most rewarding part of the job.
I'm Jane Clarke, I'm the Tenancy Sustainability Manager at the Community Housing Group. Benefits of the service are that we can support people from the very beginning of their tenancy. We can support them with their benefits claims, so their housing benefit claim, any other benefits that they're entitled to. We do an income and expenditure sheet with them, so we can look at the money that they've got coming into the household and the money they've got going out. So we'd call that an affordability assessment, and we've always done those, so that's not new. So it's to make sure that they can afford the house that they're going to live in. We can then look at any other issues that they might have, so mental health issues, so perhaps drugs and alcohol, and work with the agencies that may be supporting them with that. And we've also been liaising with our contractors in Oakleaf to make sure that any repairs or improvements are needed in the home are carried out as quickly as possible so that they don't have to worry about that and they can settle in. The importance of getting a good sustainment rate for our tenancies is that it's been shown that a lot of tenancies don't succeed in the first 12 to 18 months. So we recognise that, and we've put this team in place to address that issue. We also know that we've got a number of younger tenants and first-time tenancies, so people who haven't lived in their own home before, and they might need support to enable them to do some of the things that perhaps some of us do just through common sense. And our team can help them with that, and give them the kind of guidance that they might need to set up their water and the gas and electricity. So the overall goal for us is that we convert as many tenancies as we can from a 12-month starter tenancy to a full assured tenancy.
Hi, my name's David Jones and I manage the tenancy management team. The tenancy management team, we're responsible for the day-to-day management of properties. We're made up of a team of housing officers, neighbourhood wardens and support officers. We would basically deal with any inquiries about changes to tenancies, so following births, deaths and marriages. We are responsible for requests for alterations and improvements, customer engagement and enforcement of tenancy conditions. I think for me one of the main benefits is as part of the restructure we've introduced the antisocial behaviour unit to be a part of the tenancy management team. So officers are getting far greater support in relation to management of those cases, which means we can basically deal with them far more effectively and swiftly, so it's a better outcome for our customers.
I'm Nigel Follows and I manage the company's antisocial behaviour team. We concentrate on antisocial behaviour of the more serious level. This will include complicated cases, time-consuming cases, cases that may involve risks to staff, mental health issues and things like that. Our main job is always to sustain tenancies, but there may come a time where we may look to take legal action if we can't do that. We also work very closely with people on behalf of domestic abuse and hate crime. We have service standards that we always contact. That sort of level of offence within 24 hours, and then immediately we start liaising with the appropriate agencies. In serious cases it's vital because sometimes people don't want to talk to the police, they don't want to talk to social services, but they will talk to us, and then we can feed back into agencies with their permission usually, but if we are that concerned we will feed back without permission. Because we have a safeguarding role, we have to make sure people are safe, and we'd be failing in our duty if we didn't do that.
Hello, my name's Nick Proctorall. I am Housing Services Manager with responsibility for income management. My team are responsible for maximising the amount of rental income we receive from our tenants, both current and former. We also have responsibility for the recovery of tenant recharges. The benefits of the new structure will mean that at the start of tenancies, there's a far more robust process for ensuring tenants are set up for their tenancy through their starter tenancy procedure. This means that tenants will learn how to manage their tenancy, including hopefully making their regular rent payments, which means that hopefully in the long run it'll mean less work for our team to do and we can concentrate on the more persistent non-payers. Communication is very important to us, maintaining that open communication between tenants through their tenancy and through their debt to ensure that we can discuss any problems they've got, see what solutions are required to deal with those problems on an ongoing basis and hopefully come to a solution that's satisfactory for all of us. We work with many agencies, Citizen Advice Bureau and Housing Benefits, and also becoming more important is the Department of Work and Pensions as they start to roll out universal credit. So we'll be working closely with them to ensure that our tenants can make their regular payments as they always have done in the past. Each interview we have with the tenant will try to find out a bit about their background, so we won't just be asking them, do you have arrears? We'll be asking if there's other debts they're facing, what their employment prospects are. So for example, we could make referrals through to the group's Vestia arm who assist people into employment and to improve their employment prospects, as well as making referrals through to Housing Benefits and universal credit. Honesty, I would say, is key with us, because if someone pretends they don't have any other debts or any other issues at all, then obviously we're taking at face value they can pay on arrangements they make with us. If they're honest with us and advise us they have other debt problems or difficulties in getting employment, or they're trying to claim benefits, and obviously we can then make sure we're making the right advice to them and making the correct referrals to those agencies they need to be referred to. My Account is a relatively new platform for the group. We're trying to encourage people to use that so that they can manage their accounts themselves. So if someone speaks to us and says, do I have rent arrears? Obviously we'll say, well, you can actually look at your account any time of day, 24 hours a day, through the My Account platform, and you can manage your account that way. If you're still concerned, then you can telephone us and speak to us about your account if you need to. Through the use of My Account, it means that then time is then freed up for our staff to spend more time dealing with those customers who have higher debts and require our input that way.
In 2018, in June, the housing services management teams were reorganised and an independent living services team was established. It was a dedicated team of housing officers, neighbourhood officers, an allocation and voids officer, a project officer and some admin support. I think the benefits are, because we are a dedicated team to the elderly and vulnerable tenants, we can offer a wider service to them. They know that they can ring up and speak to their officer and they can help them